Well, the reason that I wanted to get into property, or really learn how to do it in the right way, was because I'd sort of fallen into property investment when I wanted to rent out my own house rather than sell it. And then a family friend said, good idea to invest in property, so I decided that we were going to do a bit more. So we then bought 4 properties as investments, but we didn't really know what we were getting into, and probably didn't buy maybe the best properties at the time. Thought they were going to work a bit better for us than they did, and in fact they cost us lots of money. So that's what really pushed me in the end to do it in a better way and look at how I was going to make more money out of it.
Sure.
And that would enable me to stop having to work full time and not have to rely on my children to support me when I get older, which is actually what I'm having to do for my mum. The things that I've learned with Progressive that have made the biggest difference is the first thing that really stands out is identifying a gold mine area and really understanding what works in that area and what doesn't work. Understanding the different strategies of buying property. So I had bought all single let properties. I didn't even know anything about multi-lets and the fact that the cash flow that they generate could be even higher. And I didn't know about some of the really interesting strategies that I've learned, like the multi-let without the sweat, lease options. So it's really a whole range of different doors have opened now because I've begun the progressive journey, if you like. Well, I'm now up to a portfolio of 1.1 million. I've got 33% equity in that and generating £2.1 thousand a month net cash flow, which is great. The main push really that's happened since I got involved with Progressive is the multi-lets that I've now got. I've got 2 at the moment and I'm in the process of buying number 3. And those alone have pushed my cash flow up by about £1,000 a month, in fact £1,100 a month. So from the previous property I was earning £1,000 a month net cash flow, so it's jumped up considerably and I see that the next year is just going to be huge. Okay, well at the moment I'm focusing a lot of time and effort on finding JV partners. I've already got one, and one of the multi-lets that I've bought was actually with a joint venture partner. He put the money in for the deposit, I took the mortgage, and we share the cash flow on a 50-50 basis. So that's quite a simple setup. He is now ready to do number 2 property, so that's definitely in the pipeline as we speak. As far as plans for the year, I'm really concentrating on getting some joint venture partners. I haven't got my own money at the moment to invest to a high level, so I'm looking for other people. I'm really pushing my knowledge that I've got now, my experience out at networking events and that sort of thing. Joint ventures has definitely made a difference to me, and understanding how to do joint ventures. I wouldn't have known how to do them before Progressive. So I now know how to do them. I now know where to go to try and find people to do them with. And the fact that I had my money initially and invested it in a property, that didn't stop me from thinking about how that's going to progress. And it's also opened up a whole new way of thinking around other things that can generate cash from the property side of things. I think the real point is that money, not having any money, should not stop you from getting into property. Definitely not. I would have been thinking exactly that last year before I got involved with Progressive, because that was the way I'd done it previously. I'd taken the money that I'd got, I'd split it, invested in a few cheaper end properties, and thought that I had to have my own money. So that's probably one of the biggest things, that I don't have to have my own money, and anybody that hasn't got their own money can still invest in property. There are so many things, a lease option, for example, a few £100 spent on a legal contract and £1, and you've got a lease option. You don't even have to own that house. Putting in very little cash into the multi-let without the sweat. There are options there for you. Even if you can't find the joint venture partners, you don't need to have a lot of money yourself. I would tell anybody to get themselves educated, number one, because I couldn't be doing what I'm doing now if I hadn't had that education and paid. I paid out a lot of money for my education, but it's been worth every single penny, and the returns are there, and they'll continue to grow. So anybody that's thinking, I can't do it, it's okay for them, they can do it, but I'm not like them. You can do it. Anybody can do it. Just get the right people behind you, learn what you need to learn, and go out there and make yourself lots of money. Okay. At the moment, I do still have a job. That definitely is on the cards to go this year. As the cash flow is increasing, then that job will go. That job doesn't stop me from doing what I need to do, and I can honestly say that I was getting a bit bored with that job, and this has given me some excitement. When you get up in the morning and the first thing you want to do is look on Rightmove, as sad as it is, that's what I now do, and I get great pleasure out of the whole process, dealing with the estate agents, meeting vendors, actually controlling the whole process with all of the professionals that you have involved. I manage refurbishment, so I've got a refurbishment team involved, and it's all really, really good stuff. I love it.